President Trump's new travel restrictions are now in effect. They're in place for a total of 19 countries. 12 of them, such as Afghanistan, Iran, Yemen, are deemed, quote, very high risk due to terrorist activity, while the other 7 countries are under partial restrictions.
The travel ban is exactly what should be doing. And the countries that are being targeted on this do not do proper vetting before the issue visas come to this country. This is about protecting America. President Trump has taken every step possible to protect this nation from a terrorist attack and from other criminal activity that crosses our border and comes into the visa program. We want proper vetting done before they come here. That's what this is about.
Joining us now, House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman, Florida Congressman Brian Mast. Chairman, Congressman, terrific to see you. This is also about targeting the root of the problem. And to tie it back to the rioting that we have seen in Los Angeles, that you focus on preventing dangerous individuals from coming into this country. It's the same thing to prevent, essentially, what has caused chaos in this country now from what happened over the last 4 years with the influx of millions of illegals under Biden and company.
No, it really is two sides to the same coin. Obviously, with what Senator Mark Wayne Mullen was speaking about, you're talking about those that came across our borders illegally and then conduct acts like what we saw take place on, devastatingly to Lake and Riley. The other side of that coin is those that are coming from countries where if somebody says, hey, my name's Bob, there's nothing there to ensure that that is actually Bob and that Bob wasn't in the prison system, wasn't doing illegal things, wasn't conducting murders in other places, actually to ensure in any way, shape, or form that the person that they're giving admittance to the United States of America is who they say they are and doesn't pose a threat to Americans. And President Trump is dealing with that as he worked to do in his first administration as well.
That's right. Congressman, over the course of the first administration, he did learn how to structure the ban to eventually pass Supreme Court muster. I assume he's used that knowledge to craft this one. The one country on that, a lot of dysfunctional countries on this list that I think most people would assume are not doing great vetting, often run by dictators. But on Afghanistan, obviously they're probably not vetting, but are there still friends of ours over there that you'd like to be able to recover as opposed to having a total ban?
So when you're talking about the Afghanistan piece of it, totally different process. You're talking about individuals that had worked already years ago through an SIV, Special Immigrant Visa Program, and other visa programs. Some of them sitting in other countries. We call them lily pads like Qatar. Some of them, awaiting the final adjudication of what had gone on with the vetting where they could prove, hey, they worked with the United States military or on a base somewhere in some way, shape, or form had this connection to the United States of America. It's a bit of a different process. To bring it a little bit closer to our shores, you do see this ban taking place even with places as close as Haiti. Why? For the exact same reason, because they can't ensure with the government in place who it is that's actually coming through. Just like right now, with the government of Afghanistan being the Taliban, there's no trust whatsoever that who the Taliban would offer a visa to would actually be who they say they were. You're talking about two different windows of time when you deal with Afghanistan.
Oh, let's move on to this. I get so angry. The battle over the state and local tax deduction cap, which the big, beautiful bill passed out of the House raised 4 times, $40,000. Bubbling over in the Senate as lawmakers are thinking about making big tweaks to the big, beautiful bill. As it stands, $377 billion is what this change in the salt subsidy is costing, thanks to, the Caterwall and Veruca salt lawmakers from places like New York, like this one.
I've been very clear with leadership all this past week that if the Senate changes the salt deduction in any way, I will be a no. And I'm not going to buckle on that. And I know in speaking to my other colleagues, they will be a no as well.
So to be clear, Congressman, the price tag of raising the salt cap, and it goes to just a few counties, liberal, rich counties in this country, it costs almost $380 billion. And Mike Lawler is saying he will vote against the bill if the Senate changes any part of it.
Yeah, it is tough for all of us that many of us have the potential where we have to pay for the tax structure to benefit just a few in very high tax states like New York and California. As it goes to that negotiation, I think 100% you can count on the fact that if this is a negotiation, the House of Representatives was on the high side of it, the Senate is on the low side of it. You're not going to see the Senate be at a higher side of this than what the House of Representatives was. So certainly it's going to end up somewhere in the middle in terms of what the Senate proposes. That's my expectation.
Okay, so something lower than 40K. Sounds good. Sounds like progress for taxpayers. Thank you, Congressman Brian Mast.